Okay guys, welcome to my new series, the Ultimate Loot Guide, and it's ultimate for one reason. In 0.49 there is a loot bug which allows us to look more closely at exactly what spawns in particular locations. And so what I'm doing is I'm looking at a range of buildings jam-packed full of loot, shows the full range of what can loot in those buildings and also a good estimate of the frequency of those items in each location. So guys, I hope you enjoy. If you find it useful, please click the thumbs up. Okay, so the next building we're looking at is this little storage area, and it has this kind of room here with a shelving area on it, and have a quick look at this. The dramatic thunder and light in the background. So, as I said before in the previous video, I'm looking at the types of loot that spawn in buildings, because in the current experimental 0.49 you can actually see the full range of loot because it seems to have gone crazy, and we have these items all spawning in hotspots, gatherings of loot, so it's a good opportunity to see what does spawn in particular locations. So the frequency is pretty plain to see. We've got hats, and we've got a whole range of miscellaneous items, some melee weapons. This axe I did find in this location, so it does have one higher end melee spawn, but most of it is miscellaneous things like burlap sacks, gloves, chem lights, weapon cleaning kits and rope. So it's good. Obviously you can make an improvised backpack very quickly in a location if all the loot spawns like or this. Maybe this is how they're going to do it, I don't know, but you can see here this little shed spawns all sorts of melee weapons. You've got axes, and you've also got hats, miscellaneous items, portable gas stove. Really hotspot for melee weapons, so with some chem lights and some other miscellaneous stuff. So that's really cool. That is really good. In fact, what's that down there? Yeah, so no weapon attachments or anything there, but you can also see here in this location next to it that we have a whole range of hacksaws. Now this may have been updated. They may be looking at this location as a particularly good spot for spawning hacksaws. You can see here, look at all those hacksaws. Okay, I want to add this one in here. This is a different outbuilding shed, and the little overhang area, yep, we've got some hacksaws again, and in the main space, interestingly, this one doesn't have any melee weapons, it just has hats. So I wonder whether some of these sheds have a different looting system attached to them, so different looting priorities. Again, we're in another one of those little outbuildings. You can see here a good cross section of hats and melee weapons. This seems to be the default for this particular location. So let's have a quick look at this here. This is one of the garages. Sitting this alongside those sheds, you can see the same types of stuff, kind of ropes, melee weapons. You've got some higher end melee weapons in here, and burlap sacks, chem lights, lots of chem lights, miscellaneous items which don't have a function as yet. Okay, to go along with the sheds that we've been doing so far, let's have a look at this one here. This has a door that is often closed. Let's close it behind me here, and here's some gun firing out there. Now this is really interesting. In here it looks like we have a higher ratio of better melee weapons. We've got I say that, we've got an axe there. I think we've got a couple of axes in here. Got burlap sacks. Yeah, hose. Another axe over there. So having a look at that, that would seem to indicate that this is probably the best shed to come to get a good melee weapon. So we've also got this this shed here. It's made of corrugated steel or iron or whatever, and we have an axe and gloves and whatnot. The sort of standard thing. More gloves actually in this location. So sewing kits. The axe obviously is a particularly useful piece of kit currently in game, so it looks like they're making that appear fairly frequently in these locations. And with these barns, often actually you don't find a huge amount in these, but this does show you can get loot spawning in these locations. And there's a whole range of melee weapons, miscellaneous items, some items of clothing, burlap sack, lantern, a little bit of food, but generally you don't find a lot in here, and I think it shows just here with the frequency. If that was useful, guys, click the thumbs up, and any comments, add them down below, and thanks for watching, guys.